Hello everybody, my name's The Wanderer and welcome back to Fallout Drawings. Today, we take a trip to the sickly green hues of the Capital Wasteland to discuss today's drawing subject, the legendary Lone Wanderer. The Lone Wanderer is the main protagonist of Fallout 3, born in the Jefferson Memorial in 2258 to parents James and Catherine. The Lone Wanderer was eventually raised in Vault 101 by James as Catherine would die in childbirth. But before we delve deeper into this character's story, it wouldn't be a Fallout Drawings video without a drawing, obviously. This drawing was made in the start of 2018, but maybe even earlier, which explains the rather dated look to the overall quality of this drawing. The piece depicts the Lone Wanderer wearing the armoured Vault 101 suit that can be rewarded via the Wasteland Survival Guide quest line, with a nailed baseball bat in one hand and 10mm pistol in the other. The only materials used in this piece were biro black pen, and I don't even think I used a pencil to mark where I drew, which explains the overall rough nature of this drawing. I could be wrong though. The shading could have been better as it just kind of looks like a scribble to me. Overall, I think I did an okay job with the line work, though some details and shading are absolutely in need of improvement. Let me know what you think of this one and how I did in the comments. And now, it's time for a breakdown of each moving part to this drawing. I'll first start off with the character of the Lone Wanderer before moving to the Vault suit. First off, let's discuss the Lone Wanderer themselves. There's quite a lot to cover, so buckle up. The Lone Wanderer, as previously mentioned in the introduction, was born to Catherine and James in the Jefferson Memorial in 2258, while James, Catherine, Dr. Lee and others worked on an operation named Project Purity. Project Purity was an attempt by this group to purify the heavily irradiated waters of Washington, D.C., utilizing the water purifier found in the bowels of the Jefferson Memorial, where the Lone Wanderer was born. Catherine would sadly die shortly after giving birth to their baby, and in the year or so that followed, James, with his newly born child, was escorted by a Star Paladin Cross of the Brotherhood of Steel across the wasteland to the town of Megaton, before being led to Vault 101. Vault 101 was a vault constructed under the objective of never letting the vault door open, to study the evolution of the role of Overseer as the time went on, as well as to see how well the residents fared when their vault eventually would result to inbreeding. Despite this, the vault's various overseers and members actually had quite a bit of experience with the outside world, and the door had been opened many times in the vault's lifespan. At one point, there was even an expeditionary force set up, but most of its members vanished into the wasteland before the Lone Wanderer's birth. More on that later. James was let into the vault after offering to become the vault physician in return for refuge for he and his child, in which the Overseer agreed. This broke the Overseer's primary directive of born in the vault, die in the vault. From here and throughout the Lone Wanderer's childhood, James and everyone around the kid lied to them about their origins, saying that they were born in Vault 101 to keep within the vault's mantra of born in the vault, die in the vault. That was until James left mysteriously one day. The Lone Wanderer's sleep was rudely interrupted by their best friend and daughter of the Overseer, Amata, who informed them of James's departure from the vault and Jonas's death, one of James's closest colleagues. It was with this that the Lone Wanderer departed to find their father, going from Megaton to Galaxy News Radio to Rivet City, the Jefferson Memorial, and finally finding him at Vault 112, trapped within one of the VR pods, attempting to contact Stanislaus Braun. From here, James and their child travel back to Rivet City to meet with Dr. Lee and pick up the pieces of Project Purity that were once lost. During the Lone Wanderer's assistance to the project, however, the DC division of the Enclave, under the command of Colonel Augustus Autumn, sieged the Jefferson Memorial and attacked the Lone Wanderer on sight. After fighting their way to the Purifier, Autumn, 2 Enclave soldiers and some of the scientists with James were trapped inside of the water purifier, the Enclave demanding immediate control over the facility. James refused by causing a fault in the purifier, which killed him, the Enclave soldiers, and anyone else left inside. Autumn was the sole survivor of this event, as he managed to use a serum to protect himself from the radiation just in time. The Lone Wanderer, distraught after witnessing their father's death, then escorted Dr. Lee and her crew throughout the sewers to escape the Enclave's siege, where they were eventually spat out at the entrance to the Brotherhood of Steel's headquarters, the Citadel, formerly known as the Pentagon. In the Citadel, Elder Lyons and Scribe Rothschild both assisted the Lone Wanderer in locating one of the final ingredients to finishing off Project Purity, to finish off what his father started. A Garden of Eden creation kit, otherwise known as a GECK. Using the data collected by the scribes of the Brotherhood, the Lone Wanderer located a GECK in Vault 87 and began their journey into the super mutant infested vault. After retrieving the GECK, the Enclave intercept the Lone Wanderer and take them hostage. They are escorted back to the Enclave's primary base of Raven Rock and interrogated on the access code to the Purifier. Suddenly, the President jumps in and invites the Lone Wanderer into his office and presents the character with a canister of FEV to insert into the water of the Capital Wasteland, to carry out the Enclave's original objectives of total wasteland genocide. Some time after the Lone Wanderer's departure from the base, it is destroyed from the inside out, presumably by John Henry Eden. From here, the Lone Wanderer regroups with the Brotherhood of Steel, and they make their move on the Jefferson Memorial, to take back what was rightfully in the hands of the Brotherhood's allies. Once the Purifier was retaken, thanks to the massive walking robot that is Liberty Prime, the Enclave is pushed back, and this leaves only one thing to do: activate the Purifier. A problem arises in the Purifier, however. Dr. Lee detects a large pressure buildup which could result in the activator perishing from a lethal dose of radiation, much alike James. One of the members of the Lone Wanderer's party enters, sacrificing themselves for the greater good of the Capital Wasteland. 2 weeks later, the Lone Wanderer would reawaken, making a miraculous recovery from the incident at the Purifier, to Elder Lyons recruiting them for their noble efforts as a knight in the Brotherhood of Steel. With the newly purified water of the waste in the hands of the Brotherhood of Steel, it was now their mission to distribute this to the caravans and wastelanders of the Capital Wasteland, as well as chase out any remaining Enclave forces. This Enclave crackdown operation would lead the Lone Wanderer to destroy the DC Enclave's last bastion, a mobile base crawler stationed at the well-equipped Enclave-occupied Adams Air Force Base. And this is all we know about the Lone Wanderer. An interesting and valiant tale. But now we must move to the suit in this drawing, the Armored Vault 101 suit. The Armored Vault 101 suit is a heavily modified and worn version of the standard Vault 101 suit worn by most residents of the Vault. This Vault suit can be found in the Craterside Supply in Megaton, a nearby town to both Vault 101 and Springvale. According to Moira Brown, it once belonged to a female traveler from the Vault 10 to 12 years ago, which is likely to be one of the rumored scouts to leave Vault 101 before Alphonse Almodovar, the Overseer, would enforce the tight-knit policies of the current-day Vault 101 as we see it in Fallout 3. The stats of the suit include a +5 to both small guns and energy weaponry, and a damage resistance of 12, making it ideal for lower-level characters fresh out of Vault 101. And that's the full story of the Lone Wanderer, the Armored Vault 101 suit, and my drawing. I hope you liked my artwork and my retelling of Fallout 3, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. If you wish to gain access to exclusive members-only editing livestreams, and to see how videos like this are made, as well as access to videos earlier than anyone else, consider becoming a member on the channel. With that said, I'd like to thank the current members for their ever-appreciated support. Cypriot Fox, TKS Mantis, Bonk, Lovable Douchebag, Splicer87, and finally, Broadway. You guys are all amazing, and your support is greatly appreciated, my friends. If you want an awesome shout out at the end of each of my videos, becoming a member is the way to do so, for only £1 a month. Anyways, enough shilling memberships. It's been Wanderer, and please stand by for the next one.